Hiya, pals. Hi, pals, and welcome to the Disneyland Paris Show. Here's your hosts, Lucy, Chris, and Hugh. Gosh. And now, Disneyland Paris News.
Extra magic time to return to Walt Disney Studios.
Eurostar announced direct services will cease June 2023.
And plans released for a new Tangled themed ride at Disneyland Paris.
Hey there, hi there, ho there, Disney fans, and welcome to another Disneyland Paris show. Did I mention last week you needed to put the 18th of September in your diary? Did I? I think I did. I think I'm going to mention it again later on. Anyway, that was your welcome. I'm going straight into business.
I think Lucy was a touch quiet there. I don't know.
Well, she's not quiet
fine.
now.
That's why I talk incessantly at the beginning.
The thing is, just so that everybody knows, when I do my sound checks, Lucy talks like this, and so I try to set her volume based on her talking at this volume. And then when she starts, she talks like this, and everything cuts out.
And I talk louder in the sound check than I do on the show, so people go, Hugh's a bit quiet.
Basically, there we go. Cool, we haven't had a disclaimer on the show for a while, have we?
We're getting defensive.
Hey. Well, we're working towards perfection on a slow and steady route. One day we'll get there. One day. It was lovely to see so many of you waiting for us in the chat. We were just discussing before we came on, the more popular the live show gets, the more people there are in the chat, the harder it is for us to keep up with every question. But what's absolutely glorious and lovely, and we love it, is that people are actually answering each other's questions in real time in the chat. So sometimes we just leave you to it. But that's another good reason to, if you don't watch with the chat on or you happen not to watch live, that's another good reason to watch live, is because there's a lot of really good information coming up from,
and most of the time
the community.
Most of the time, you guys know the answers better than we do, so you can answer things for yourselves and help inform us as well, which is
Google
great.
Easier than we can when we've got a camera pointing at us.
We're still going to roll call, though, aren't we?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Excellent.
Who are they?
All aboard, please. Lewis was so keen in the chat. He was here at about 7:25, and I think Lewis was here about an hour early.
Is Lewis here now?
So I said hello, but then Lewis disappeared. So don't be shy, Lewis. Don't be shy. It's nice to see you there so early. But in the chat today, we have Crabbit Scruffs, Andrew Palmer, who gets full names. Emma's here, Gibbons, Kelfie, Mark, Anne, Ginger Fox, John, Joanne, Mike, Amanda, Claire, Spare Claire, Mark Riley. Actually, I don't think Spare Claire. I think there's 3 Claires now. Mark with the Q's here. Bob Sangwell's here.
Hey, Bob.
John, I think I said. Kerry. Andrew, I've said Andrew. I'm just repeating them now. George, Sarah, Magical. So we've got Sarah.
It's a party.
And Magical by Sarah. David, Disney Bride, Daisy Mabbott, Miriam, Wit Wanderlust, and who is Nate, who says, sorry I'm late.
Nice.
Who just crept in there at the last second.
Hello, guys.
Sorry
welcome
if I missed
to
anyone.
the party. And welcome to you listening to it on your headphones as you're running, and you listening to it in the car as you go to work. Hello.
Hi Callum.
Hello, all of you.
Hi to Callum.
Andrew Palmer, I have a map for you of Disneyland parks at home that I keep meaning to bring round to your house because Andrew lives on Disney Street currently.
Well, he lives on Goofy Lane that's around the corner.
Lane, yeah. So just so that you know, I haven't forgotten about you, and I could have messaged you privately to tell you this, but I do have that, and I will bring it around at some point.
Just do your business on the show.
Cool.
It's Callum's first time. Did you just say this? Was I distracted?
No, but...
Callum's first time watching live. Welcome to the party, Callum.
Hello.
Yep. And Amanda was saying, so excited. This time next week we'll be watching live from Village Nature before we move to Sequoia Lodge the next day. First time at DLP.
Nice.
Too exciting. Oh, go in the pool at Village Nature. It is a phenomenon.
Me and Chris were joking this week in our chat about like, what if I booked a trip without asking Lucy, and then Lucy could do a vlog which was like, idiot husband thinks he can book a trip, doesn't realise how difficult it is. I think Lucy got the wrong end of the stick, and she came home and she came into the studio and she said, like, have you been doing something? I said, I haven't booked a trip. I haven't booked
Were you
a
all
trip.
excited, Lucy?
Well, I don't. It was very ambiguously written. The way he put it in the chat is, you know, when you put stars around to indicate actions, he put Hugh books a trip without Lucy's knowledge or something like that. And I was like, is that a joke? Did he?
It was a joke.
Because he had been hinting at an October trip, but he knows that I'm a little tied up this autumn, so I don't know if we can.
Bob's just said in the chat that he thinks he got 4 new members to Disney Then and Now last week because of your plug on this show last week.
Oh, hey,
Let's do it again and see if it was us, if it is the Disney 37 Disney Street effect, as people are calling it these days.
Which people?
Me.
Okay.
Yes, the Bob Sangwell's Facebook group, Disney Then and Now. Is that
Yeah,
the full title?
that is.
Check it out.
Or DTN for short, but I'm not sure if you search DTN whether you'll
It's
find
really
it or not.
good. There's
Archives.
daily trivia on there, like all about Disney legends and Imagineers and
All sorts of stuff.
old films. You know, all the live action films. That's the stuff I'm interested in, and it's it's a really good group. I recommend it.
Now, for those of you who are listening, watching for the first time, what we tend to do around now is Hugh will let us know what's in his tiki cup.
Hey, ole, it's showtime. All together. Your tiki, 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 tiki cup in your tiki, 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 tiki cup. Well, you made yourself a beverage, I'll drink it up from your tiki, 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 tiki cup.
But before you do, Hugh, don't take this the wrong way, but I have to go and put some more water in this drink.
I'll do it.
I'm up now. Go on, you talk.
Well, Chris likes that. Now, the thing is, Chris likes his cordial quite weak, but he's very particular because you can go too weak. So there's just a sweet spot, and you can't go like more than like 3% either side before he gets upset.
What do we think? Do you think I've got it right?
You probably have got it
I
right.
just have to give a quick hello to Maria because she's only here for 10 minutes and then she's going to have to catch up tomorrow on Spotify.
Well, what a 10 minutes this is going to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm drinking some tropical cordial. Tesco now do a cordial that's just called tropical. It's mango and pineapple. So, you know, getting the sadly missed mango whip float and the pineapple Dole whip all in one there. Lucy, well, I'm going to get on to Lucy in a minute. Chris gave me a beer last night, which I was so drunk that I forgot he'd given me this, and I found it in my bag this morning.
Bonus.
Striding Edge, Northern Monk, #NotSpawn.
It's only 2.8%.
It's juicy, tropical, and refreshing, so I'll be having that.
Yeah.
Now, Lucy today discovered, she didn't know this, she got a parcel from Sports Direct, #NotSpawn, and you ever heard this? #NotSpawn.
Yeah.
And she said, they've sent me something by mistake, there's something else in here. And I said, oh, I know what that is. Now, Lucy is unfamiliar with the free giant Sports Direct mug. So today, Lucy's having her drink in this giant Sports Direct mug.
I know this isn't Disney related, and I do my best to keep this show Disney related, but I'm
I was like, no, it's gone again. It just did this earlier. Why is it doing this again? Been like this for a while. Back in business. I'm sorry about that. Something really weird's going on with my USBs today. You guys carry on. I just need to finish sorting a few things. I'm sorry about that. Something really weird's going on with my USBs.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Anyway.
Well,
yeah.
I'm going to continue to tell you how furious I was about this Sports Direct mug situation, because mugs are a burden. Who has got... How many mugs do you get? Especially if you're a teacher, we get loads of mugs end of term. Some of them are beautiful. We've got some gorgeous Disney mugs that come from friends that I really value. But what we don't need in our lives is a massive Sports Direct mug. So all this is me now thinking, how do I get rid of this? Like, do I take it to a charity shop? Do I smash it? Do I use it for a plant pot in the garden? I don't care. I need to get it out of the house. How do I do that? If anyone wants one, let me know. You can have it.
No one wants a giant Sports Direct mug. Anyway, but Lucy's having a...
What's going in my Sports Direct mug today is frozen pina colada, because we had a big friend get together yesterday, and both these two were drinking, but unfortunately I was driving and don't particularly drink much. But I'm going to treat myself to a very weak frozen pina colada as payback.
See, now the camera's tripping out every 2 seconds as well, isn't it? This is just not particularly good, and I'm not quite sure why it's doing it. So I'm sorry about that, everybody. But at least you can hear us, and we're not cutting out all the time. I'm not quite sure what's going on.
It might just be on there. It looks okay on mine.
Oh, good. That's good. It might just be what we can see then. That's good to know. Okay.
I might
Good.
need scissors for this.
Oh, no, it was. All right.
It's been a while since I've felt like utter despair like I am at the moment. So it's been going all right up until now.
Oh,
and here we go.
no. You don't feel utter despair. Not when talking about Disney. Disney is happy
Well,
place.
let's talk about
Speaking
Disney.
of which, let's talk about
issues. Hey.
Disney.
All right, then. Let's talk about
Beautiful segue.
the first thing on the... Ooh, it's been so long that my iPad's cut out.
Extra magic.
Is Extra Magic Time has come back to Walt Disney Studios, or it
Excellent.
will come back on October the 2nd. We've now got the park hours up to the end of... I'm trying to decant a pina colada at the same time. Hugh, would you mind doing the honours? Up to the end of October. Walt Disney Studios will close at 7 p.m. on weekdays and 9 p.m. on weekends, and then it will be 9 p.m. daily during Halloween week, which is half term. Disneyland Park will be 9 p.m. during weekdays, 10 p.m. at weekends, and it will be 10 p.m. Throughout Halloween week. However, it will close early on party night. Is it 6 it closes?
Yes, I think it is.
I think
yeah.
it closes
Yeah.
at 6 on party night.
Yeah, that sounds right to me. Good, yeah.
But Early Magic Time is returning. So they've got over the first flurry of excitement about Avengers Campus. And they've got the Early Magic Time back. I'm presuming Avengers Campus will be open during Early Magic Time. Do you think that's a fair assumption, or do you think they're going to make it an exception?
I don't know. Well, I haven't looked since we've got back as to what the queuing situation is like there, because they stopped doing the queuing at the entrance to Avengers Campus. So to my mind, that means it's open. So it's just down to which attractions they choose to open first thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I guess the Spidey one in particular would be a good one to have open, wouldn't it?
It would, and it would be a good one to rope drop if you're able. However, it might do that thing where it gets from 0 to 60
In crush
in
speed.
3 minutes. Yeah.
But they already have that in the studios when they have Extra Magic Time, because of Crusher's Coaster and Ratatouille as well. Tend to get very, very filled up very, very quick when they've had it, don't they? So
We rope dropped Big Thunder Mountain this time though, and that's got the legend of you try and rope drop it, but by the time you get there, it's already at 45 minutes. But we did get on in about 10 minutes, didn't we, or less even?
Yeah, I
when
think
we
it was,
rope
yeah.
dropped it.
Yeah, it was.
we
queued
rope
one.
dropped Dumbo.
Oh, well
And,
done.
Like
yeah.
you do.
Well, yeah, because if you're even 5 minutes late to that, it's like 45 minutes
It
consistently.
is, and it's not worth the queue.
It's
Other
just not.
things are worth it later on.
We ran. Me and Ollie ran. Well, he skipped.
You
We were
ran?
So excited. Yeah,
Not allowed.
it was fun.
Please, no.
We skipped and hopped. You all right there, Lucy?
I'm not, no, and I'm worried how noisy it is as well. I can't get my pina colada out of its pouch.
Do you want a straw?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
This all seems very informal right now.
I know. Well, you know, we're with friends, aren't we? These are what our listeners
What-
are to us.
What I'll say is
Don't give a damn.
we missed having early magic hours in the studios when we were there this time, I think, because you used that time instead to queue to get into the studios if you wanted to be in there early.
Yes.
But it's understandable because Avengers Campus was brand new and everybody wanted to go there, so I get it. But I think it's about time they came back, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and I think it'll work well.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure why they got rid of them to start with. I mean, I think I know the logic, but I don't think it made as big a difference as it could have done. I think maybe they were predicting that there would be 40-minute queues all day
Yeah.
long, and there wasn't. It was 5 minutes most days, most times.
Mark Chester's just put, you will not be disappointed with DLP, Brian. 2 of the best castles. I love that this is a thing now. I actually, on a Facebook post the other week, I actually put a picture up because I think it was just a Disney post that said, which is your favourite castle? And they showed all the castles.
Yeah.
And I put in the Queen of Hearts castle as a picture and said...
The best one of all.
I said, but don't forget this one. And it got lots of laughs to start off with. And then a few people going, oh, that's amazing, where's that? So I think it's going to catch on.
If you're not sure what we're on about, the Queen of Hearts castle in Alice's Labyrinth is agreed by at least Hugh to be the best Disney castle. I'd say second best.
No, I'd say best.
I
I'd say
think
it's the best castle.
I think I started this.
I think you did as well.
This wild claim. To be
you did.
fair,
Wow.
My only criticism of it isn't actually of the castle itself. It's of the fact that it gets very busy and it's not very nice to go into it when there's a lot of people.
Last time we went, Bonnie and I went up the stairs to get right at the top, and there was a hell of a wait. It was a mad crush. But then by the time we left, it had completely emptied. There was nobody there anymore.
I stopped, funnily enough, this is on the vlog that is released tomorrow. I'll talk about that later. But I stopped going up because it's a spiral staircase. It's not the most narrow spiral staircase. If you've ever been to Warwick Castle, that's worse. But still, when a lot of people try and get up at the same time, you're looking at someone else's bum on the way up, and there's kids. And it's a bit claustrophobic for me.
The view, though, from the top,
It is good,
it's
but
great.
you have to
Yeah,
sort
it's
of
great.
wrestle between loads of other people to get to the view. Now, this time I was waiting downstairs for them, and I thought, do you know what? Blow it, I'm going up. And I think as I went up, it appeared busy, and then everybody left. And just as I arrived, we almost had the top platform to ourselves, didn't we?
yeah.
And it was gorgeous. So I think I will go up. I think it's a lottery.
Yes. Magical by Sarah says, what's the first then, Lucy? I'm intrigued.
Oh, it's still Paris Sleeping Beauty's
Right.
castle.
So David Wilson then said, I'm hoping the first one is the one on the boat ride. That is a beautiful castle.
I make a stand for the Beauty and the Beast castle on the boat ride. I think that
nice.
is beautifully done, and it's
You
beautifully
get
done
told
with
off for standing up on
perspective.
those boats, Lucy, so I hope you
Yes.
don't make a stand.
No, I don't make a stand. But it's beautifully done with the forced perspective with the village underneath it. I really like it.
Just speaking of views and things that you can see, do you remember last week when we were discussing Newport Bay and whether you could see the fireworks from there? Laura took a picture of what we could see, and you can indeed see the castle and Space Mountain or Hyperspace Mountain, sorry, from there. I will tweet this picture, but I just really want to show you it, just kind of give you a bit of an idea of just how much we could see from there, because I think that you can see, well, not very much at all. So I'm going to hold it up here so you can just about see. That's the view. You can't see anything at all, but just so Hugh and Lucy can see, that's the castle there, and that's Space Mountain there.
Okay.
So I reckon with the drone show, you probably could see it from
Yeah.
there.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll tweet it.
You're about to see the fireworks anyway.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yes, shall we?
This would have been a good piece of news to have last week, because it would have been very thematic. Eurostar have announced that they are suspending indefinitely. We can interpret those words as we
Well,
will.
they've done it before, haven't they? Recently.
They have, but that was post-pandemic, wasn't it? Or mid-pandemic to after pandemic. Then they brought it back and it went again. When there was lack of demand, at one point Disneyland Paris wasn't open, and then when Disneyland Paris decided to open, it takes a long time to get schedules back for an infrastructure that large. They do it a long time in advance, so it took them another 6 months for the Eurostar to reopen after Disneyland Paris opened. So we understood that. But they are suspending indefinitely the direct Eurostar from St Pancras to Mandeville Chassé, which is the Disneyland Paris stop.
€1.
Yeah, and it will stop from June 2023. So again, like I say, they make these infrastructure changes very slowly. This gives you just under a year, gives you 10 months to get used to the idea. The reason they've given, and I will try to say
Just
this
cause, all right. It's just
without
cause.
too knowing an eyebrow raise, is difficulty implementing the European entry-exit system at Marne-la-Vallée. Brexit. Boris?
They can't cope with us, basically.
No, they can't.
So what are the options then, Lucy? Because interestingly enough, we've had a question about this on on the old messenger, and from someone wanting to know how you book the Eurostar to Lille, and then the transfer the train from Lille to Marne-la-Vallée, because they were struggling to do it, and they thought you might know because you've done it before.
No, we booked them both through we went on the Eurostar site and put St Pancras to Marne-la-Vallée, and we bought the full journey from Eurostar.
Okay.
Now, granted, one of them they were acting as a third-party vendor, if you know what I mean. Like airlines often do this, don't they? They'll sell the full connecting flight, but it's operated by someone else. So we didn't go through the whole LNCR, is it?
I don't know.
No, am I thinking of LNER, which is the British one?
Yeah.
We didn't book the high-speed train anyway. We booked that through Eurostar. You didn't book the RER separate, but we just did
went
the
to
from
Paris. And then booked the trains as we were going. Yeah,
independently.
Just went to a machine. Yeah, that was Lee, by the way. Lee on Messenger. Thank you, Lee, for your message. But there you go. That's your answer.
I hope that's helpful, Lee. Just try and book one to Marne-la-Vallée, and it will do it. Now, having said that, that's interesting. Now they don't do any direct ones to Marne-la-Vallée. Will it still show up on the search?
I don't know. Yeah, it's an interesting.
You know what I mean? 'Cause it's a drop down.
I find the excuse quite interesting, because one of the great things about Eurostar and I guess when you go on the Eurotunnel as well is you do everything before you go. So the problem at Marne-la-Vallée must be to do with returning and not with arriving, because when you get there, you just get off the train. There's no restrictions. There's nothing to stop you from flowing through really easily, because you've already gone through customs for UK and France while you were in the UK. So it must be to do with that. And if you go to Gare du Nord, it's a very straightforward system. They don't have they've got a waiting room, and I guess there's like a big waiting area, so I guess they probably don't have that at Marne-la-Vallée in the same kind of way. But
getting through customs at Lille was like melted butter getting into the cracks of a crumpet
compared to the UK.
Oh, it just went.
Yeah, it was really easy for us as well, actually, going back. We didn't really talk about this last week, did we? But going through customs coming back was very, very easy.
I think we did.
Did we?
We did say that Lille was easy.
Because I said it was like butter.
Oh, there we go.
And then Lucy.
So we literally
ran with that this week.
There we are. Anyway, what's next, Lucy?
What? I can't moan about Brexit anymore.
No,
okay,
no
I'll
more.
carry on.
No more.
I'll carry
Please,
on.
no more.
Okay. Right. Okay. We like to stick to news in the news segment.
We do.
And not rumours.
True.
However,
yes,
this appears to be fairly nailed on, but I'm going to disclaimer the heck out of it as we go.
Jim Shull tweeted about it.
Yes,
Did
he did.
he?
Yeah.
Oh, why didn't you tell me that when I was going through Twitter trying to find evidence?
You never asked. I was
Yeah,
setting up.
we don't know what you don't know.
Okay. So I saw today, early this morning when I was sitting in bed doing my thing, a tweet about some leaked blueprints from Disney, and all it was the blueprints of a ride, and it was a Tangled ride, and it was based on the teacups, except that's all I saw.
Mm-hmm.
And then I tried to find a bit more information. I thought, where's this going to go at Disneyland Paris? It isn't. And I found another thing saying Disneyland this, Disneyland that, Disneyland the other. So I just thought, it's Disneyland, it's nothing to do with us. I moved on. I thought we won't be talking about it. We might mention it on the bonus show. Now, in the meantime, because I do my news in the morning and then I go on and enjoy my life for the rest of the Sunday, Walt Disney, WDW News Today have published an article that's quite detailed, actually.
Yeah, it is.
Saying that this blueprint has been confirmed to be for Disneyland Paris, and it's going to be for the studios, and it's going to be on the right-hand side as you go down the avenue.
We knew there was going to be an
towards the
attraction
lake.
there, didn't we?
We knew there was.
We knew there was going to be another
An art-
attraction, and we knew it was going to be
restaurant.
on the way down towards it. Yeah, but when we talked about that, when they announced the Tiana restaurant, they said there was going to be another ride on the walk up to that, but they didn't tell us what it was going to be at the time. So that for me, that's what gives it more.
So where is it?
That does give it credence.
Where is it?
And there's more artwork and things.
It's basically where's the stuff?
Where's the ride going to be?
It's
I
going to
just
be
said
pretty
it's
much
on
where
your
the
right-hand side as you go down the avenue towards the lake.
It's going to be pretty much exactly where the tram ride but entry bit used to be.
Behind Toy Story
Yeah.
Land. And there's other concept art that we've seen before that kind of goes along with it of the Art Nouveau, what gazebo type things going down the avenue. I'm searching for a word. And then again, they showed the concept art for the restaurant that we've seen before. So they packed it out. There's quite a lot of convincing details. However, and I really hate to say this, I'm very cautious of WDWNT.
And they kicked off moaning about the Star Wars thing being cancelled, which, although it seems like more and more likely that that's true, it's still rumour.
But it's still rumour.
Yeah.
And they actually put in that article that I was approaching the article skeptically. And in the article they said, since the cancellation of the Star Wars land, and I thought we haven't had a cancellation. No. We suspect it, but we haven't had a cancellation. I think they always want to be the first news outlet to break something. So if something appears to be broken, they just jump in with both feet.
It's their they think it's all over moment.
It is, yeah. Exactly. That's a good analogy. But I'm not saying it's not true. That's the thing. This could very easily be true. I don't want to be the people who bring it to you as fact.
I think it is true because I think it would fit. And Laura and I were talking earlier and saying it's good that they're giving more of the newer princesses representation in the parks. However, I have a bit of a gripe about this, which is they don't belong there. They don't belong in that park. They belong in the other park.
It's like a dumping ground for everything now.
This new restaurant. I was thinking about this on the way here from my wing to your wing. I was thinking about this and the idea of a Tiana's whatever it is, their restaurant is brilliant. But if they wanted to do that, it should be in the park. So it probably should be Plaza Gardens being refreshed in that way. If they want to do a teacup ride, which apparently is the design of it is basically it's like the teacups, only instead of being teacups it's boats, and then there's all the lanterns, so it's like recreating that. Well, how is that different to the teacup ride that they already have? It's not different.
It's called an off-the-shelf ride, isn't it? Yeah. So it's like and mechanics that they've already got.
There's the Cars Rule thing already there, like just around the corner, which is also the same kind of thing.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Not that it won't be brilliant, because I'm sure it will be, but there's just something about that doesn't work for me. They should be using the studios as well to promote the other things. Which brings me to another thought that I had, which is this: if Star Wars has been cancelled, big if, what else goes there? And the only thing that comes into my mind at the moment that they could possibly be thinking, if it isn't Star Wars, is Universal are about to lose their rights to something massive that Disney now own, and they're going to chuck everything at The Simpsons.
Oh, God, no. No. Now, is The Simpsons big in continental Europe? I don't know the answer to that, by the way. Is it? Does anyone know?
But why would they not do... This is what I don't get. I get why they would not do Galaxy's Edge. I understand why they would not do Galaxy's Edge. Why would they not do Star Wars? It doesn't make sense. There is no sense in that to me.
Right.
It's massive, so why would they not do it?
John's saying Pandora would be great, and yes, it would, and it would fit. And
the timing would be good for that potentially as well.
My feelings towards
other films coming.
Yeah, that are all going to gross $1 billion. But anyway, different conversation. Maybe we'll talk about it on the show.
We should do it at some point.
Right. My problem with this is, now first of all, I want to say the sketches look amazing. I trust Imagineers. Where they want to put it looks so picturesque and luscious and green. I'm like, if they can pull that off the way they have with Avengers Campus, it'll be amazing. I take that. But we're going with blue sky thinking of what I would want to do if I had any input into this whatsoever. Is that I really thought first of all, it was Toy Story Land, and then it was Plaster Remy in a small way, and then big style with Avengers Campus and Arendelle is they've gone what the Walt Disney Studios is, because it's one of those parks, it's never known what it is, it's never understood itself. What we are now is fully immersive capsule lands.
IP land.
Well, yeah, but I'm happy with IP land. Yeah. It's like Avengers Campus, fully immersive area. You go to Toy Story, fully immersive area. Man,
have they got that right with Avengers
My
Campus
problem
as well.
with putting one rather lackluster Tangled ride. I mean, it is a fairground ride. I'm sure it'll look amazing, but it's nothing groundbreaking. One Tangled ride next to a Tiana restaurant is they've already broken their own.
How does it fit?
Their own new thing that they appear to be doing has been ruined by that already. And I'm like, don't do that. If you're gonna do Tangled, do Tangled. Do Mont Saint Michel. You know.
Should be a boat ride.
Yes.
Should be a lanterns and boat ride.
What if they take this, like, just bearing in mind what I've just said about everything, what if they take that Star Wars land and actually make it other princess stuff so that all around the lake is princesses, in which case Tangled does fit, Tiana fits, Frozen fits.
But then you get a bit lopsided.
Oh, it
with
will
Frozen 'cause
entirely.
it's so
but
heavy.
That's the only thing that would fit with what they're trying to do. It's just, I don't know, it's a bit weird. It's all a bit weird. It's all improvements. Though,
Tatooine walkthrough, please. No rides, just a Tatooine walkthrough.
Or a kids' adventure playground. I
Nice
know
and
people who
cheap.
go without kids might think that that's a bit of a waste of space, but trust me, if you take kids, giving over an acre to an adventure playground is just a godsend, isn't it?
Oh, with Obi-Wan's cave. Like just little bits like that.
Sarah wants a Muppets land. I do too, but
Yeah,
that wasn't big in Europe.
It's
'cause
just
I've
not.
asked that
Yeah,
before.
but it's just not popular enough, is it? Even
No.
even in Florida, like, I don't think that whole section's long for this world. I love it. I'd have a Muppets.
Muppets
I'd have a
courtyard's
Muppets land
really
all day
good.
long.
There was a bit of a call my bluff thing with Splash Mountain today, which we might talk about on the Patreon show.
Ooh.
But not here. 'Cause
What's the
it's just-
Patreon show?
Oh, what's the Patreon show, Chris? I'm so glad you asked. Well, actually, I'm going to throw that back at you because you're better at explaining it than I am.
Well, it's another show. So after this show, some of you already know this because you joined us anyway, but straight after this show, we go live again. But warts and all, we strip back all the special effects. So we're just a green screen.
You get a glimpse behind the curtain.
Yeah.
And it's for Patreon members
literally,
only.
For Patreon members only, 20 minutes of us talking about whatever on earth we talk about.
20 minutes
with a
on the
timer.
timer.
There you go. And yeah, it's over on Patreon. If you want to be a Patreon subscriber, you can go over there and sign up. It's in the description, all the details and stuff. It's £3 a month, basically, to help us keep with the upkeep and running of what we're doing.
It sounds like Chris needs new USB parts.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
So it's stuff like that we spend the Patreon money
Luckily,
on.
I've got a spare at home.
It's £3 a month, and you get some stickers, and you get to join us for an extra 20 minutes every week if you can start it.
And it's a bit of fun.
And we talk about Disney, but not Disneyland Paris, because we do that in the Disneyland Paris show. We talk about all the other things. So if you want to hear us talk about Marvel films and Disney Plus shows and Walt Disney World and Tokyo and Bob Chapek.
Yeah, and usually I edit the podcast as well, although tonight, because of all the audio problems we've just had, it's going to take me a bit longer, so I won't be doing it tonight. I'll have to do it tomorrow sometime. So I might actually be attentive and conversational.
I've just spotted that Sarah's put a word that I would agree with in a land that to exchange for Star Wars Land is an Encanto area. That entire village.
Well, that's what Claire said as well. Just before, she said a Latino-themed area with Encanto and Coco elements.
Someone put as a comment on one of our videos this week as well. Oh, it was my vlog where I noticed that the treehouse was down. The treehouse is down in California for a major refurb, and they've not heard any rumours. So the most sticky rumour is that they're making a Encanto treehouse, from the little boy's bedroom. I can't remember his name. Antonio's bedroom, yeah. So that would be amazing.
That would be quite cool. The roots were open, though. Did you know that? Because I went down into the roots of the treehouse while we were there.
Oh, in Paris?
Yeah.
Oh,
So you
no,
could
we
you could go
didn't
in the
do
roots
that
and
this
stuff
time.
and enjoy that bit. But yes, the upper bit wasn't open.
No, the actual treehouse.
We had a shout-out, didn't we?
Yes.
That we forgot to do last week.
We did.
Should we do it now?
Let's.
Do you have the details?
Do I have the
of it?
details? Oh, right, okay.
I know it was L.
It was L, our new Patreon subscriber. And you're putting me on the spot here.
I am sorry.
Because I gave you all the details. There you go. There you go. It says, do you want me to just read it out and then that'll just take the joy away from it? Basically, it's the Bushbees. They're called the Bushbees, but it's L. And what L says is, she'd love a hello from Lightning McQueen to my little boy Archer. We're going away in November and he's most excited to see him.
Oh.
Archer, that's a great name. And you know what Lightning McQueen would say to that name, Archer? He'd probably say his most famous expression,
Golly.
wow. Wow, what a great name. So I hope you have a wonderful time, Bushby family and Archer.
Is that all Archer gets?
Wow, he gets another wow. Archer, wow. Ka-chow. Wow, ka-chow. Ka-chow, wow. There you go.
an extensive impression.
Lucy's acting like that's not good enough. She's shrugging.
What does he say?
She's saying,
Does he say, I am speed.
She's saying, is that all he gets?
Can you do I am speed?
I don't really do his voice. I can just say wow. But
Wow.
I am speed. I don't know.
Speed.
What does he sound like? It would hurt my feelings.
Not like that.
I would have to work on a proper.
Do you do Mater?
Mater, Archer, I hope you have a good time. Woo!
Oh, that's more like it. That had a little bit
Kind
more
of
beef
almost
to
makes
it,
up
yeah.
for it.
Well,
What's that saying?
That's like when you go for a meet and greet with Lightning McQueen and friends, and you get Mater instead.
I'm going to do that bump bump song.
I just want to address in the chat some. There's been some suggestion of Jungle Cruise. I'm doing this in my glasses, guys. I recently got reading glasses, and they're on and off like yo-yo, so I don't always know who you are. But Jungle Cruise. The reason they can't bring Jungle Cruise to Paris, it's been asked before, is because it's based around basically stand-up comedy, and they just couldn't do it in enough languages. And the type of jokes they have are very punny. They're very. Well, they're American linguistic, really. Some of them don't even work to British people very well. And I just, even really, really good English speakers from like the Netherlands and Scandinavian and all that kind of thing wouldn't necessarily be able to follow a very punny stand-up thing on a boat. So it is a great ride, but I can't see it coming to Paris, unfortunately.
Oh.
Right, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for that song that Mater sings. It's a cover of like another Disney song. I can't find the lyrics for it.
Oh.
Do you remember it?
No. I don't. I really don't remember it.
Oh well,
Good this.
I'll find it later.
Right, so that's it for the news.
Okay.
Now we are going to continue. What time is it? 7? Oh, we've only got 23 minutes past.
Wow.
That was a lot of news for only 3 parts.
Can I just say something before we go on then?
Yeah.
I know that David Wilson, Cordelia, we have trip reports from both of you, and we haven't got around to them yet. We will get around to them. We need to get through our own stuff first. We've been really selfish like that.
Well,
So we'll read one of them next week. Is that a deal?
well, may I just suggest?
Yes.
We're going to be talking about our August trips forever. Until we have another trip, aren't we?
Yeah.
So do you want to do one of the trip reports now, and then we'll take up whatever time's left instead of the other way around? Because we might never get to them.
I could do that.
we
I could
put
do that.
ourselves
You're going to have
first.
to give me a second to find them, though.
That's
'cause
absolutely
I
fine.
thought we weren't going to
So
do them.
I'll just say we talked about the week before last. We talked about Avengers Campus. Last week we talked about transport and accommodation, and so we were talking about how we got there on the Eurostar. Both families went on the Eurostar, and then the 3 hotels that we stayed at, which were Resid Home and Sequoia Lodge and Magic Circus. So if you didn't listen last week, but you're interested in listening to what we thought of any of those, then go back and have a listen. But now we're basically on to everything else, which we haven't categorised. I think maybe we might do food one week and then everything else another.
Yeah, I do want to spend some time on the pros and the cons, because we did notice some of the problems were fixed last time we went, but some problems remained. So that might be one to talk about either this week or next.
Cool. Right.
Wicked.
So, I'm going to read David Wilson's trip report today.
Audience trip roundup.
Because I can't find the other one. So, here we go. Hi, 37DS. I know you'll have loads of trip reports at the moment, including your own. You're right, we do. We're going to try and keep this short and focus on the weird and interesting things. It's got headings for each bit of it, which is quite cool. Spoilt rotten. We went for a posh trip this time around with a whole week at Newport Bay Club with half-board meal plan. It was my 40th birthday while we were out there, and I had a bonus payment from work, so we decided to treat ourselves. The hotel was beautiful, and we've come home significantly fatter than when we left. We probably won't stay at Newport Bay Club again. Sequoia Lodge is more our style, but I honestly couldn't fault our stay there. Isn't it funny? I've heard so many people saying the same things. And last week, I think en masse in the chat, people were talking about how much they liked Sequoia. Chapter 2, Disability Pass. We have a 9-year-old with autism, ADHD, and a few other things. Queues and crowds can cause meltdowns very easily. Thankfully, Disney are well on top of this kind of thing. We let them know before we got there, took the evidence with us, and got a magical card called a priority pass. We expected some kind of strings attached, but there were none. We could go to special entrances for any ride and essentially skip the queues to go straight on the rides. The same was true for shops and restaurants, and there was even a space for the fireworks where they turned off the background music until the show started. The pass had his name on it, and many cast members called him by name and made a fuss of him. They responded to his hundreds of questions about the rides, and their kindness to him will stay with me for a long time.
Oh,
That's lovely, isn't it?
this is Disney magic. That's the difference.
Yep, absolutely. 30th stuff. The 30th anniversary stuff is everywhere and adds so much extra magic to the parks. We made sure to try as much of the special food and drinks as we could and really enjoyed the drone show and Gardens of Wonder. The best part for us, though, was Un Monde qui s'illumine, known to our kids as The Monkey Sees Through Me, or later, The Monkey Drinks the Pee.
What's this?
Un Monkey s'illumine.
No, but what is it? Is it a song?
The
Have I
world
missed-
is illuminated.
Oh, okay. Yep.
I guess. Is that what it is? The
Yeah.
world is illuminated. That's pretty much it, isn't it? There's just something emotional about people from different countries all dancing and singing the whoa, 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 whoa bits together. Whoa,
Oh,
whoa,
yeah.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Well, the bits that are always like, whoa, those bits, you mean?
Yeah.
Those whoa, whoa, whoa bits. The one that's in every modern Disney song. Whoa!
Yes. Avengers Campus. Avengers Campus was wonderful. Characters were just appearing in places every 10 minutes or so, and the theming was brilliant. Controversially, we loved Flight Force. Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
What, the actual ride?
The projections on the ride were decent, and there was enough. There was a decent enough background stuff coming through the ride speakers. We got really good at web slingers by the end of the trip too.
Lucy's skeptical.
The shows like the dance off were very cheesy, but it's Disneyland, so that's to be expected. Pim Kitchen was great, not just for the oversized options, but also for just the variety of normal food that was there. Food-wise, we found it the best buffet in either park. The only thing we found to be less than magical about Avengers was the merchandise. For example, if you wanted an Iron Man themed Spider-Bot, you had to buy the original Spider-Bot and then pay for the upgrade kit.
Yeah.
Same for the gauntlets. The cost could easily stretch to hundreds of euros. Yeah, I completely agree with that. And we were the mugs that bought stuff as well. Interesting about Flight Force, though. Because Captain Marvel herself loves Flight Force as well. Have you seen that video?
Oh, no.
Oh, you should watch it. It's fun. She's very excited about going to Avengers Campus and going on her own ride.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cute that like she can't believe she's got her own ride and stuff. It's very
think-
genuine, but then the fact that she enjoys it as much as she does.
Could you
doesn't
imagine coming
come
off
across right.
if it was like, you know, your character and then being like, oh, is that, was that it?
I have to say, you know, like it's more, again, because of the language thing, they don't do it as often in Paris, but in America they have lots of things in Epcot that are narrated by celebrities. And I think if I was a celebrity of any kind and I could like be a permanent fixture in a Disney park, that would make my life, I have to say. So I do appreciate the excitement she must feel.
Yes. Normal park stuff. We went on every single functioning ride and attraction in Disneyland Park and everything except Disney Junior and the animation class in Studios. We limited ourselves to a land a day so that we didn't overwhelm the 9-year-old, but ended up getting dragged on Buzz Lightyear, Big Thunder and Hyperspace Mountain most days. The park is so shiny and glitzy at the moment, and there's so many good rides. I'd printed some cards with extra things to look out for to keep the kids entertained between rides, things like Hidden Mickeys or the Genie Lamp, etc. But to be honest, there's so much to see all around the park, we were never bored. We ate at some amazing restaurants, celebrated one birthday at Captain Jack's and another at downtown. We loved all the shows, especially Rhythms of the Pride Lands and Mickey and the Magician.
I'm emotional for what an amazing time they've
Yeah,
had,
it does sound
honestly.
good,
This
doesn't it?
just sounds fantastic.
And then finally, 37DS Magic. It was so lovely to meet other 37 Disney Street pals in the park. If you remember, David was in his shirt and bumped into... I can't remember who the other people were. I feel like I should remember that forever, but I don't remember. I'm sorry, I've forgotten. And recognise each other from our T-shirts. And we arrived home to find new stickers waiting for us in the post. Thanks for helping to build the excitement over the last year and for keeping the magic going until our next trip. Now, the stickers, if you become a Patreon pal, I'll send you out some stickers. We've got 3 stickers that we can give out, just so that you know what they are. And the shirts are available on TeePublic, which is also a link in the description. If you want one, no pressure. I'm just letting you know they're there.
Yeah.
If you fancy it.
We've got What's in Your Tiki Cup shirt and Mine's a Mango Whip.
Mine's a Mango Whip.
Yeah, which might not make sense anymore because Mango Whip is
'Cause they don't
long
sell
gone, but
Yeah.
it still lives on in my heart.
It might come back. They're a bit yo-yo.
Daisy and Family, David says. He just banged it in the chat. It was Daisy and Family.
Yeah, I've just found Daisy as well. Yeah.
There we are.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
Really good, yeah. So I've got Cordelia's for next week as well. I'll make sure I've got it and I can find it, and we'll do that. And if any of the rest of you are coming back from holidays and you want to send us a trip report in, then please feel free to do so. If you want to send me one to mailbox at 37disneystreet.co.uk, I can put it in there, or you can message us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Or if you wanted to, you could do a video and send us a video, and we'll play you, and everyone can have a bit of a rest from us for a while. It's just up to you. Whatever you want.
Can I just say, drinking frozen pina colada from the freezer out of a Sports Direct mug with a child's curly straw.
Pure trash.
Yeah.
Aren't you?
It's just chipped away the last bit of sort of dignity and class I had. So I'm just pure northern now.
I let Hugh sample my Mark 1 pineapple whip yesterday, didn't I?
Yes, I ate the whole lot.
He did. Wolfed it down.
In your wing of the house. It was very nice.
Yeah.
Right, we've
Go on,
got
tell me.
15 minutes. Would you like to do food that we ate? Would you like to do restaurant reviews? Or would you like to do what Hugh said, which is some things have fixed, some things they haven't? Would you like to do general rides? What kind of bit of our experiences do you want to grab on?
Which seems to me that Hugh has something he wants to say, so that would be a good one to go with.
Right.
Well, go on then. I mean,
Go on then.
Yeah.
Twist me arm.
In general, we found that more things were open. They were open for longer. You know, you could get snacks at more places, couldn't you? You know, like the Rocket Cafe was opened. It's kind of in a quiet spot, isn't it? It's down behind Hyperspace Mountain.
I've never walked around the back of there before.
Haven't you?
No, so it was quite nice to do that.
Yeah.
We went there twice.
Yeah, we did. Went to the same place twice. But the thing is, the second time we went, we got quite a few different things. And I said in my video, if they've got all these things, I'll be flabbergasted. And sure enough, they didn't. They didn't have the Boba Fett shortbread, right? And you think, I'm a fully grown man and I'm angry about this. And I couldn't get a Bagheera mango shortbread anywhere. They had the Nutella ones, obviously. And last time I couldn't get a mango Bagheera shortbread either. And it seems... And I couldn't get a Madeleine at first. I eventually got one in the studios. But you can't... It's just the number of times you're told no by these snack carts. And it's like, I know they can't have everything all the time. But sometimes you think, it's only a bit of shortbread. Like... Why are you consistently running out of these things all the time? And I got a bit tired of being told no, and it's never in a overly apologetic way. It's just like, no, we don't have that. You know what I mean?
It was a busy time though, Hugh.
I know.
It was.
Yeah, but I'm saying there's an accumulative. It's not like it's like 50% of the time you go somewhere and you're told we don't have it. You know what I mean? It's not. It's more than you would expect, even if it's busy. And if it's busy. I know there's, you know, they might not be up to speed and stuff, but it's simple things like a bit of shortbread. If they don't have a bit of shortbread,
now we're
what's
booking
going
park
on?
days, Chris. I don't think that it was busy excuse works anymore because what we've been told constantly is this works with planning. But we do know that there's global supply chain issues, don't we?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it's like the pineapple whip thing as well. You know, how many of you guys have been on holidays recently and said, oh, we finally managed to find one, or we went there and it was shut? Because everybody tries to get it. You might manage to get one pineapple whip your entire holiday because it's the one time you go past and it happens to be open, and that in itself is just infuriating.
We did find that better. I won't say perfect. I'm sure that people are still going at the wrong time, but I mean, obviously when we went last August, they were crawling out of the pandemic. The pandemic was... I mean, it's not over now, is it? You know, but the bulk of it was over by last August, but we were still in masks. We were still social distancing in queues. There was still all that kind of thing. And so it was really bad last August. It was embarrassing because we took some friends for the first time and it was like, it's not usually like this. So it has improved a lot since then, but there's still the...
But before the pandemic, I couldn't get things.
Yeah.
So it's always been this way. So that, you know, they can use it as an excuse now and say this is happening, that's happening in the world. Fair enough, but what's that noise? Oh, it's the fridge.
Oh, you must be grumpy.
But that's basically it. That's just my little gripe. Is just you get these little niggles throughout the day, and they just like a backpack. They slowly just weigh you down over the day, and then the next time someone says no, you just go, right, thank you, and then you just walk away.
So everyone else said they'd like food. like us to talk about
it's
food, by the way. Just so that you know.
The Madeleine, when I got one, was massive.
Yeah, I've seen a picture. I've seen you eating it on your.
Well, I said
Yeah.
massive. Yeah,
So I
massive.
imagine that to be
It's
a
like a-
petit force.
it's like a big
Yeah,
bun.
yeah.
It almost ruined my my lunch at Pim's.
Yeah.
Pim Kitchen.
A bit like the coolie that ruined my meal at Pim's Kitchen.
Magical
Pim's
by
Kitchen.
Sarah asked,
Oh,
did
yeah.
you guys book for King Ludwig's? No, it was a walk up, and it was I want to say midday. It wasn't bang on midday, but it was for our midday meal.
Was it an early lunch?
It was an early lunch. It was somewhere about then. It was dead.
Like
it was
quarter to
empty.
12, maybe.
There was us. It's a really big venue, and there's us and 5 other families. Now, I can't speak for what it would be like in the evening. I don't know if you can book or you should book. We've never even considered going there before. We just walked past and went, we've never been to that place. It's because it's not Disney run. Now, I will say about that is I debate on the vlog a bit about whether or not we could get annual pass discount, and that's one of the reasons we've never been, is because it's not a Disney run place. I presume you couldn't, so we thought we may as well get discount somewhere else. But while I was debating this, I have my annual pass in a lanyard. I took my lanyard off and I put it face up on the table. Didn't think about it, carried on with my meal. And when she came for the bill, she went, "Oh, shall I take this as well?"
No.
And she took it and gave me annual pass discount.
That's a good way to do
Brilliant.
it if you're not sure. Just leave it out. Oh, I was not aware.
So I've since gone online to check that before I give you enough information, and some people have said, no, you can't get annual pass discount there. So I'm not going to say that I tried to get it or
But you
I
got it,
cheated
though.
it, but I got it.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
and you know whether or not they all do it,
Yeah,
they can do it because
it
we
might
had
be down to the
we had it
waitress,
done.
Waiter or server.
Yeah.
Sarah Curry says, any reviews on LaGrange Billy Bob's? Have you eaten that? I have.
Yeah.
We have
Couple
but,
of times?
Yeah.
A couple of times,
I
but
love
not
it.
for a couple of years though.
That's
where we were heading when we got waylaid by Ludwig's, wasn't it? We were going to go to the Grange because we do like it up there.
It's a bit different to the other buffet places, though, isn't it? I found it good because it wasn't the same as the hotel buffets, which whilst they have their own food styles in there, there's still your stock things that you get.
What I like about it is where you get your food from is more spread out, in that there's a station against that wall and the buffets are over there. And the
I'm
kids is there.
thinking of,
so you don't get the
something else.
you don't get the crazy bottlenecks and
No,
and
that
L
is very
shapes that
true.
you get other things. People are more milling around.
I'm thinking of Cowboy Cookout.
Ah.
So we've only been once to Billy
Oh,
Bob's,
yeah.
haven't we?
Yeah.
So I think I'm not sure about this because I haven't eaten at the one at Davy Crockett, but I think food wise the buffet is similar, isn't it? They're both
It
Tex-Mex
is, yeah.
sort of
It is.
thing, aren't they?
Yeah.
But I found the food really good. If anything, the dessert choice wasn't as great as some of the other places are, but the main course and starters food was really, really good. I thought we'd definitely eat there again. We just haven't.
And if you go later in the evening, we've never been as a bar. We've never been and drunk and sat downstairs, but it's above the Billy Bob's. The restaurant is the Grange and Billy Bob's is the bar.
Yeah.
And they do shenanigans in there. So I think as we walked out of our meal, they were starting to do line dancing, and that adds something that comes later on in the evening. But if you are having a
There is a
later
little
tea-
bit of you feel like you're missing out on it when you're in the Grange though, because there's that downstairs and you're not there.
Yes,
That's not where
yeah,
you are.
that's
So
true.
you
What's
feel
the
like
one
you're
at-
being taken up to the buffet thing upstairs, and it's not part of the same thing.
What's the one at Cheyenne called?
wagon wheel.
Wagon Wheel.
Chuck wagon.
Because
Chuck Wagon
because when I
Cafe.
said I was thinking of Cowboy Cookout,
You were
I was
thinking of Chuck
then
Wagon.
thinking of that place.
The
I know where Billy Bob's
Chuck
is.
Wagon.
Cowboy Cookout
That's-
is the one at.
Billy Bob's is the first
Davy
place we
Crockett,
went
isn't
to when we first took Bonnie for the first time. That's our first meal there as a family.
Yeah.
Was there.
I think it was our
Ever.
It was our second one. We ate at Restaurant des Stars, which is obviously Pim now, and then we ate there in the evening.
Can't go wrong with a buffet.
No, you really can't.
Claire
You
says. Claire said, "Is it a bad thing that I missed the part where we all complain? I love a good moan. A lot of people they hate it and they say, "Oh, I don't listen to this show anymore because they just moan all the time." I love a good moan. We listen to the Diz, and when Pete says, "Daddy is on a rant today,"
Yeah.
we're like, "Oh yes, we love it." Because
He
fine
starts the
to
show and he
criticise.
says, "Welcome to the Diz, and be warned, I'm feeling punchy."
he'll say, he'll go, "Daddy's in a mood. Daddy's in a mood."
And then he just goes off on. He's quite fun.
I tell you what, Claire, if you miss it, if anybody's got some stuff that they're grumpy about, send it to us and I'll include it in the show. And then you might get to hear the jingle about yourself.
I wanted to start a segment that's called Rant or Rave, where you bring up a subject and you either have to rant about it or rave about it.
Interesting.
I think that could be a Patreon.
There was a point on
feature.
our last full day, when the day of PIM, our PIM meal, when I got very cross about it. And then I checked myself and I thought, I'm cross over a Boba Fett shortbread. And I'm 41, but I couldn't. I couldn't, even though I knew that, I was aware of that, how stupid it was. I wasn't even mad at myself for being like that. I just thought, this situation's done this to me.
It's out of proportion.
And I wasn't happy until I got a Madeleine in the studios, because again, I couldn't find one of those either. And like, we went up to a place and we said, "Oh, can we have a Madeleine?" No, we've sold out. And I was just chewing my lip.
I'm not going to go back into this because this anecdote was told in beautiful flowery detail 2 weeks ago, but nothing Disneyland Paris related will ever top the experience we had trying to get that chocolate bar from Super Cafe.
It was hilarious.
It
was a beautiful thing.
Freaking French. It's untrue.
It was
Anyway.
amazing. Yeah. I like Andrew's idea. Defend the indefensible.
Yeah.
How about that for a feature?
Yeah.
Bring back Armageddon?
Yeah.
Because actually it's a brilliant ride.
I'm the only person who's been on that.
No, I never went on it. I didn't want to. I said, you know what, I'm good.
No, I said to you, sometimes like, oh, you want to go on it so you can tell other people what it's like, and then other times you're like, no, you don't. You really don't need to
That sounds boring.
I watched a walkthrough of it, and it was pretty boring, I think. And I can imagine there would have been more to it if you'd been in there, but only because the room would have rumbled a bit and not much else. So not worth it, I reckon.
Magical by Sarah says, are you guys at 37 Disney Street going to go in October? Now, Lucy thought I'd secretly booked one, but no, we've no plans to go in October, I'm afraid.
Let me tell you why, because I skirt around this a bit on the show because I didn't want to sort of tempt fate and things, but I'll just put it out there because we might not be going for a while, is I'm starting a master's degree in September, and I don't get my timetables and all that kind of thing and modules and structures until Freshers Week. I can't believe I'm doing Freshers Week in my 40s. But I really can't book or commit anything. That's why we haven't renewed our annual passes yet. When next time we go, we will buy annual passes then, so they'll last us a full year. But we couldn't guarantee that we would be going certainly between now and Christmas, just because I don't know what my workload will be like. It's only a 1-year course, and because it's academic, that's technically only 10 months. Mm-hmm. So don't cry. It doesn't mean I'm not going to go for the next 5 years or anything. And I hope I get to go in the next 10 months. It's just that we don't know.
Easter holidays.
Yeah, we don't know.
When you have a holiday from school.
Yeah, when I'm revising.
At the moment, for me, I've been told there's nowhere we're going next year. We're having a sun holiday next year. However, I've made it very clear that if Run Disney decides to make a reappearance, which I'm hoping it will be announced in the next month or so that they are doing it next year, I have every intention of signing up for that.
That would be the next thing. That's all of us, I think.
Yeah.
Plus our Brookie friend.
Potentially, yeah. And at that point, I think I'll be buying myself an annual pass as well, because then I can make use of it. That's my plan anyway at the moment.
Everyone's saying congrats and good luck in the chat, Lucy, about your course.
Well, I will need it. So thank you.
I'll tell you what we found in France. Lucy wanted to get a lined notepad. And we went to a hypermarket with the biggest stationery aisle I've ever seen in my life.
4 biggest stationery
Could we
aisles
find a
I've ever seen in my
lined
life.
notepad? No. All the books were in grid form.
That's fairly, that's
and
a
not
thing,
just
isn't
squares, it's like proper graph paper as well
yeah.
for the handwriting.
What's that about?
I don't know. Who knows? Who ever knows?
If they look, there's people in the chat talking about the
What are you pointing at?
sorry.
Speak. Point and sit there really quietly.
I think
so we all know what's going
I'm
on.
struggling to read names because of the glasses situation. I think it's Anne F is also starting a master's degree next week.
Cool.
Next
Yay!
week. She says, I still have no timetable, so good luck.
Well, no, I mean, this is the thing. They tell you won't get a timetable, so I'm not expecting one. I think you have to turn up on Freshers Week and get your welcome talk and pick up your timetable. But yay, we can spot each other. Sorry, other people in the chat were talking about Run Disney, and I think it's nailed on, master degree or no master's degree, that if they do announce a Run Disney event, that we will be signing up.
Yeah.
So we've talked for a long time about a 37 Disney Street meetup of some kind, either in the UK or in Paris. That would be a really...
Are you organising something on the fly here without discussing it with us first?
But if they announce that Run Disney, we will be there. And if other people want to do Run Disney with us, or meet up afterwards, or before, or whatever, or wear matching t-shirts, that is a very strong possibility. So start running.
Sarah Curry says, "What's your masters in, Lucy? Tell him what your masters is. Tell him.
Okay, it's called musical theatre. Brackets creative. I'm not doing it as a performer, I'm doing it on the creative side. So on the course they have composers and lyricists and writers and choreographers and directors all on the same course, and then together we create original musical theatre. So hopefully, like, between they only accept 8 on the course, and then there's a separate course for musical directors. But hopefully between us we will be producing original musical theatre. If you don't know, I own a dance school and I've done it for 20 years and I've loved it, but I'm thinking I might want to kind of move a little.
She wants to be the next Richard Ashman.
I want to be the next Howard Ashman.
Howard Ashman, sorry.
I thought I'm gonna try multidiscipline, so I wrote a bunch of lyrics and sent them off and thought, I wonder if these are any good, and they liked them apparently.
Hey.
So I'm going to be writing musical. Well, not writing. I'm going to be producing musical theatre with a load of other passionate people, which...
Exciting stuff.
How else would you want to spend a year? That sounds amazing, doesn't it?
It does. Very much so. What was I going to say? I was going to change the subject then because I've noticed it was an hour, but it's your show, so we'll carry on. But what I was going to say was, this week I recorded a video for where I talked about the meal plans, and it was terrible because the video was breaking up all over the place. So I recorded it again, and it was terrible because there's a light coming directly over my bald head here, and it just looked like a beacon. So I have to record it a third time now. But at some point in the not too distant future, there will be a video about the meal plans coming out. And on top of that, I'm also doing one on the buffet restaurants, and I'm also doing one on the table service restaurants as well. I'm not doing the quick service because I haven't really done anything with them. You guys would probably be better at doing that at some point, but there you go. That's all I wanted to say.
No, that's absolutely fine. I was reading things there.
I found it. L. This is for... it was Archer, wasn't it? Archer,
yes.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
This was the Mater song.
First you find a can from a rusty fan, bump, bump. Quicker than a dart, make it into art, bump, bump. That's the way it's done, it's a lot of fun, bump, bump. Lifting my funk, making sculptures out of junk.
I've been looking for that for half an hour.
Is that why you've been so quiet?
Yeah.
There's a few people in the chat suggesting 37 Disney Street the musical.
Oh,
Hey.
Yeah.
Take it to Edinburgh. It'd kill.
Well, we've already
done
got
that
Tiki Cup
Yeah.
stuff.
Chris has taken a musical to Edinburgh before. Hugh's done
I
stand-up.
could do a
musical,
ballad
yeah.
towards the end called the Mango Whip Lament. Yeah.
Mango Whip Lament. I love it.
There's a song about trying to find a bit of shortbread anywhere. That Bagheera one, it's black with a mango filling, and I can never get it.
We'd
have to change all the Disney references into other things, though.
Yeah.
Can I choreograph an interpretive dance piece about how the cues move at the wrong speed?
Oh. Yeah. Have a look at my video about Florida. Where have I put that? Is it just? It's just.
I think it's on Hugh Ray, and I don't think it's on
Did I clip
You
it out?
tweeted it, and you put it on Instagram, I think, as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
Just
The
that
Laughing Cow, the reprise.
Is it just on our Instagram?
I love that
The
Laughing
reprise.
Cow doesn't get the first reprise in the first act. It's only really worth the small reprise in the second act.
It was mentioned in everything, though.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's just on our Instagram page. The whole video of queuing in Florida as illustrated with Zumzums. Yeah, and how it's just messed up.
Faye's going in 15 days.
Oh my god!
And she says, Hugh, I'll see if I can get one for you. What did you just ask for?
A Bagheera shortbread at Café de la Bruce.
Oh, that's just reminding me of something. In the not too distant future, we're going to do a charity thing. I don't think Lucy's mentioned it.
I
yet.
haven't. I've
But-
only mentioned it once.
But not so long ago,
Phase on the.
we've said we were
on
going to
the
do a
case.
giveaway when we got to 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah, we're not.
So I think we're going to use
We're on nearly
part
2,000.
of that day to do our giveaway, which includes some ears, amongst other things.
Yeah.
And a Sports
And,
Direct
and a
mug.
Sports Direct mug. And some bits that we got from
Ears made by Sam.
various places. But
Made by Sam?
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Yeah. Sam made us some ears.
And Hugh's going to do a drawing, I think, as well, aren't you, for somebody?
Yeah.
Did we not say? Yeah.
And
So
there's
we're gonna do that on
also
the charity thing.
there's also some Disney 50th anniversary Florida coffee that I don't need that we took from the hotel. There's various
Some keyrings
things.
that someone who I know who went earlier in the year brought back some 30th anniversary keyring and some badges.
I know what I've got
yeah.
to give away, brand new in its box, a Boba Fett Tiki cup.
Oh, I've got the Marvel what's it called? Villains.
Didn't we give that to
board
Chris?
game.
The Boba Fett Tiki cup.
You gave me a Boba Fett Tiki.
Yeah, that's
cup
no.
for-
So we don't have that.
for my birthday. You
Yeah,
asked
we-
me to give it back so you can give it away.
We
My
gave it to
goodness.
Chris, Lucy. Yes, scrap that one.
I'll cut that
Okay,
out. I'll
yeah,
edit
cut
it.
that.
It's fine. It's gone. No, nobody will ever know. Least of all me, who you gave it to as a birthday present.
Bob will do an Ask Bob spot, if you like.
Oh, interesting.
Oh yeah.
That'd
Yes,
be great, yeah.
Absolutely. That's fun. Right, so this is the 18th of September from 4 till 8. We will be going live and we will be trying to raise money for dementia care. We want to get as much as we can, which means we need people to watch and we need people to bring the PayPal passwords. No, don't give us your passwords. You keep your
We need
passwords.
your bank details.
Be prepared to log into your PayPal account. And it's just going to be fun. It's going to be silly. We're going to this week kind of block things into half hours, aren't we? And get some ideas.
Get a bit of a
There's gonna
schedule
be
going, yeah.
Cooking section,
Cooking section. We're going to get the kids involved in something.
making
We're-
Disney snacks.
We're going to have multi-camera, multi-studio setups.
Which, after today's technical brilliance, is going to be fun to see.
So, yeah, really, please tell your friends, get people on board, make an afternoon of it. Go to Lidl, get some European snacks, sit down, buckle up for a 4-hour live stream with the DLP
Buckle up.
show from 37 Disney Street. You won't regret it. It's going to be a heck of a day. Shall I wrap up now?
We can wrap up if you like.
Sure.
It's your show.
Okay.
What guests are you having on your charity show? We don't know yet.
Yeah, we've not done much in the way of getting.
We don't know
guests.
if it's
Bob apparently.
We don't know if it's
gonna have Bob.
We don't know how we can do it.
The last few times we've tried to do Zoom on OBS, it has gone horrendously
Yeah,
wrong.
it's not gone well at all. So we could do some pre-recorded stuff potentially, but unless we've got people who can actually get to the Leeds Wakefield area on the day
and knock
pop
on the
in.
door and come in, which would be lovely. But we did have some people we wanted to ask and people we thought might be happy to be involved, but we can't work out how to we can work it out, but we just don't trust the technology.
Yeah. We could do a phone connection and a photo, possibly something like that. I'll have
We'll
a think,
see.
but we haven't arranged anyone yet.
No.
We said last week someone had asked had actually literally asked Sam for God if she'd be prepared to do it, and she said, "Oh yes, I would," but we haven't spoken to her.
No, you're all doing it on our behalf, which is lovely, and we will reach out to Sam for God if we can work out how we can
We can just
logistically
do a phone call over the loudspeaker. Can't
Claire's hoping for a damn good quiz.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
that's a good
Absolutely.
idea.
Yeah.
Sarah Curry says, "Get the Nutella in." We could do a Nutella versus Laughing Cow. We could try lots of different things with Nutella or Laughing Cow and decide which is best in each.
Oh, and Lucy's doing a hot sauce challenge.
No, I'm only doing the challenge if we raise certain amounts of money. I haven't decided what money, but every time we get to a new target,
30
I'm going to be
pence
getting
every time we
hotter
raise
hot
30
sauce.
pence.
Thing is, I'd like to do like a really serious hot sauce challenge, but then it's like that would overshadow yours because you Lucy would end on one of the ones I would start on. So I can't just go right. That's Lucy's bit out of the way. Now I'm going to do it because it's not. So, I think it's more fun watching Lucy struggle.
Hugh would be licking Satan's earwax and going,
Oh,
"What? It's
nice.
fine. It's
That
fine."
wasn't
There's no
where I
heat
thought that
there."
was going.
Hugh, do you reckon we could get the ukes out and do some music of some sort?
Oh yeah, I can
While
do.
I recover from my hot sauce.
I could relearn Under the Sea on the uke, which we used to have under our kids review section.
I
Mark
can.
Chess has just said, "I want to see Lucy cry."
Good night, folks.
Okay.
Then come onto the show and don't donate a single penny.
Yeah,
That would do
that's
it.
how to do it.
It would. Right, okay, thank you all very much, guys. We will continue this discussion on the Patreon show. The link is in the description. If you want to sign up right now, you can join us for the Patreon show in about 30 seconds. But for now, I'm going to say thank you very much for joining us. These have been the boys. I've been Lucy. Goodbye.
See you later.